Vinícius Junior's name once meant explosive dribbles, late winners and headline-grabbing samba at the Bernabeu. Now it's being whispered in a very different tone. Questions, worry, and a scramble for answers. The opening facts are stark. Fewer starts than expected, no goals or assists to justify the minutes, and a clear new pattern in Xabi Alonso's lineups that sees Rodrigo taking the role Vinícius used to own. Inside the club, the story splits. From the player side, the message is simple and surgical. This is about tactics and selection, not a vendetta from above. Vinícius' entourage has been clear that they do not believe Florentino Perez has ordered a reduction in his minutes. They point the finger at the coach's system and how it is being implemented. That distinction matters because it reshapes the possible outcomes. If this were purely a contract standoff or an ownership decision, the footballing solution would be different. But if it's tactical, that means there's still a way back onto the pitch. Through adaptation, form and convincing the coach, and yet the stakes extend far beyond matchday selection. A player of Vinícius's profile had legitimate Ballon d'Or hopes when he sustained the levels he once did. Those dreams depend on consistent minutes, big moments and goals that capture global attention. With goals and assists absent and minutes dwindling, those lofty ambitions fade quickly. Contract talks, already lacking progress toward a renewal, are now framed by uncertainty. On one hand is Florentino, reportedly wanting the player to stay, but not willing to forcibly block anyone who wants to leave. On the other hand is a coach, building a project in which certain players fit and others, for whatever reason, seem less essential. Who benefits from this shift? On the pitch, the immediate beneficiary is Rodrigo, whose inclusion brings a different rhythm, a different chemistry, and for now, a different kind of trust from the manager. For the squad, Xabi Alonso's decisions are about balance, defensive shape, and a particular attacking template he thinks will win matches. Off the pitch, rival clubs and the transfer market are always alert. A top winger with a less secure role becomes conversation fodder, talk of mid-season interest or a summer approach. For fans, the reaction is visceral. Some feel betrayed, some demand explanations, and many simply want to see the player fight back in white. So what are the realistic paths forward? First, Vinícius can respond on the training pitch by showing immediate tactical discipline and versatility, adapting to the demands Alonso is placing on his wide forwards. Coaches rarely ignore clear, week-to-week hunger in training. Second, there's the conversation level. An honest, private meeting between player and coach could clarify expectations and allow a recalibration of role and minutes. Third, if neither of those routes clears the air, the contractual calendar becomes central. With his deal running to 2027 and renewal talks not advanced, long-term decisions loom. That could mean waiting for form and minutes to return. What it could mean exploring options where first-team trust is guaranteed. None of this is black and white. Football unfolds in choices and consequences. A coach shaping a team. A player trying to force his way back. A president balancing the club's ambitions and business realities. For Real Madrid, this moment is a test of institutional coherence. Will the club align behind a clear plan for the squad? Or will mixed signals create a destabilizing transfer saga? For Vinícius personally, it is a test of character. He has responded before with energy and goals. The quickest route back to the headlines in a positive way is through consistent, decisive performances whenever given the chance. For viewers and season watchers, the next checkpoints are obvious. Who starts the next big game? Does Vinícius change the conversation with a goal or an assist? And are there public signs of resolution from the club or coach? In the end, the story is not only about one player's minutes, it's about how elite clubs manage talent, ego and ambition under intense scrutiny. Vinícius' future at Madrid is not sealed yet. But these weeks will define whether his Ballon d'Or trajectory survives, whether contract talks accelerate or stall, and whether a summer transfer becomes inevitable. All of that hangs on form, conversations, and decisions made inside Valdebebas and the Bernabeu. For now, the question that pulls everyone in is the title asked by millions of fans and pundits. Is Xabi Alonso reshaping Real Madrid in a way that leaves Vinícius behind? Or will the Brazilian find his way back to the role that once made him untouchable?